Opening weekend 2016 is underway on the 40-year sim. I am Nutty Sports Gamer. Welcome to yet another season. Season 32, I think, of 40. Still got a long way to go to finish this thing, but let's get to it. Celtics roster: Marcus Smart, Zach LaVine, Aminu, Marcus Morris, Karl Anthony Towns, Aaron Aflalo, Mario Chalmers, Pekovic, OJ Mayo, Sean Williams, Tavares, Kelly Oubre. Very much a developing team. And you get the Lakers: Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, Robert Covington, Villanueva, Dwight Howard, Eugene Lin, Danny Granger, Terrence Ross, Marcin Gortat, Raymond Felton, and some guys down there, Daniel Tice, DeLon Wright. Check out these guys. Covington now in the starting lineup. He has developed to the point where he can start. You see Chris Paul making a layup for the Lakers. Zach LaVine missing the three-point attempt for the Celtics, who, now LaVine and Karl Anthony Towns, a duo that briefly existed in real life with the Timberwolves. You see a basket there for the Lakers, and it's 5-zip early on. Zach LaVine throws up to Karl Anthony Towns. It'll be interesting to see if they stay together in the sim, as you see Dwight Howard with an alley-oop, making it 7-2. Zach LaVine, he can hit the threes, he can dunk the ball. Doesn't really play much defense, but he still has a incredible skill set. As you see Dwight Howard dunking it, Chris Paul faking, shaking and baking, making that layup. 11-5. Zach LaVine to Marcus Morris, I believe, makes that 3. Game was close, but the Lakers are pulling away, and they're going to win this game 102-81. Those are those teams. Maybe we got a thumbnail to work with here. Dwight Howard, perhaps. Is that usable? Maybe, maybe not. I'll decide later. Steph Curry, Tim Hardaway Jr., Andre Iguodala, Kevin Love, Andrew Bogut, Jamal Crawford, Al Harrington, Carlos Delfino, David Lee, DJ Augustine. I made a huge mistake. I forgot to get the ring ceremony for the Sixers. I am sorry. I'm a dum-dum. I simmed over it. I simmed right over their home opener. Just flat out simmed it. Yeah, that's all I could say. George Hill, Derek Evans, Tony Allen, David West, Tyson Chandler, Jared Dudley, Alexei Ajinka, Wayne Ellington, Tomas Satoransky on the Jazz. As you see a 3 by Iguodala for the Sixers, who are virtually the same team. Steph Curry with a 3, although they are missing Nick Batum from the championship squad, who he's on a different team. He's on a big contract elsewhere. Steph Curry for the 3. Making it 10-0 early on. I mean, we might not see much of this game, to be honest. Kevin Love making a 3 there. Yeah, we're already out of here, folks. Although the Jazz keeping it close, but we ain't got time for fourth quarter of this game. And it's a blow anyway. 121-104. The Sixers blew them away eventually. Gilbert Arenas, JJ Redick, Manu Ginobili, Dirk Nowitzki, Cole Aldrich. Guys are getting older. We'll see if that affects their gameplay on the field. Taj Gibson, Patrick O'Brien, Ben McLemore. Some of the younger role players are starting to step up and get more minutes for the Bucks. Then you got Derrick Rose, Danny Green, Carmelo Anthony, Pau Gasol, DeAndre Jordan, Sean Livingston, David Davis Bertans, Michael Carter Williams, Seth Curry, Omer Ashik. So yeah, Derrick Rose debuting on the Knicks. We see Gilbert Arenas making a 3 for the Bucks to start things off. How about 2? How about 2 threes for Gilbert Arenas? Still going strong, although his overall rating took a huge hit. Carmelo Anthony dunking the ball. Here's Arenas again. Yeah, it's starting to become the T-Mac situation. I might have to just physically shut down Gilbert Arenas because he's still freaking making every shot. What is happening? What is happening? He's an 86 overall, and he looks better than ever. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. The Bucks will win this going 116-88. I mean, he's an absolute sniper, and he's nearly scored 40 points. And he's, 30-something years old, mid-30s. Spurs, Westbrook, Matthews, Hayward, Aldridge, JaVale McGee, Ramon Sessions, Nikola Mirotic, Joel Ingles, Aaron Baines, etc. And then you got who are they facing? The Warriors, Rajon Rondo, Bradley Beal, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Garnett, Nikola Jokic, Lou Williams, Jared Bayless. This Warriors team, it could be really interesting this year and in future seasons as you see the rest of their bench and reserves. Let's see a little bit of this game. Was that Beal missing? I think it was, but he makes his shot. I wonder if Beal and Jokic could be like Murray and Jokic in real life, although Murray's a point guard and Beal's a two guard. Still, I think that could be an interesting duo. As you see Rajon Rondo making a three, or a layup. Now they're saying it was a layup. Gordon Hayward with a jumper. Rondo to KG, who were teammates in real life. I just realized that yeah. McGee, bucket. DeRozan, miss. KG with the putback. Yeah, KG did not re-sign with the Nets. I wanted to see the duo. I want to see the pairing between KG and Jokic. Here's a bucket by KG, who should be near retirement at this point, but he doesn't want to retire yet. This is a common thing in this sim. Players don't want to retire. As we see a bucket there by Westbrook. 130-119. Spurs beat the Warriors. Now, that's a pretty cool thumbnail that I might use. I might actually use that because Westbrook's got his finger up, and that's pretty cool. I don't know. Here are the offseason transactions. There weren't that many, but the ones that happened were pretty impactful. For example, Kyle Lowry, move in, DeMar DeRozan, Drew Holiday, and Derrick Rose. So we'll get into more details as we actually go through. Oh, and Wilson Chandler going to the Pelicans is actually pretty impactful too. Jameer Nelson, Ben Gordon, Richard Jefferson, Kristaps Porzingis, Andre Drummond, Jabari Parker, Chris Duhon, Bruno Caboclo. Yeah. Mo Williams, Andre Roberson. This is the Vegas Vipers now. Jeff Green, Julian Wright, Joel Embiid, Amir Johnson, John Henson, Patty Mills, Alan Crabb, etc. So those are those teams. Let's check out a little bit of this game. Richard Jefferson passing it to Kristaps. Will he make a bucket here? How about yes? How about he does? Maybe the Wolves, Porzingis is definitely a cornerstone, someone to build around. So they have something there now. They're not completely in no man's land as far as roster construction is concerned. They got a direction to go in, and it's Porzingis who makes that dunk. Definitely have something with Porzingis, I think. Just like the Vegas Vipers have something with Joel Embiid, and they need to keep building around that. Here is a bucket by, I think that's Andre Drummond, who is an absolute killer on the boards in this sim and in real life for a while anyway. Embiid dunking the ball, 11-6 now. Now here is a three by Embiid, who occasionally makes those in real life too. Now but another dunk by Porzingis. So Porzingis looks good. Tingus Pingus from Latavia. In the famous YouTube video. Yeah. Anyway. Suns, Goran Dragic, Nick Batum, that's where he landed. Harrison Barnes, Marvin Williams, Joakim Noah. Suns could be quite good. They have a pretty fun roster, a nice mix of young and old. Clippers, meanwhile, John Wall, Avery Bradley, Danilo Gallinari, Blake Griffin, Yao Ming. This team virtually unchanged. I mean, if it's not broke, why try to fix it? They made the finals. They won over 60 games last season. So don't feel like there's much change necessary. Avery Bradley making a three, though. And then here's Yao Ming with a dunk. 5-0 early on. We got Dragic pulling up for the two. Missing Yao Ming with the rebound. Now here is... just Gallinari making this shot. The Italian Larry Bird. Although not really. He hasn't really shown that much to get that kind of name. Bucket there. I think that was John Wall. Sorry. Recording this pretty late in the day. And there's a dunk by Blake Griffin. And we might already be out of this shit. Let's see. Yeah, it's past midnight where I'm at. I watched Thursday Night Football, and I live on the East Coast now. And this is just, it's kind of rough. Ricky Rubio, Dwayne Wade, Evan Fournier, Mari Stoudemire, Greg Oden, and then there's the Bulls backups, etc. Looking at who are they playing? Mavericks? Nets? Yeah. Darren Williams, Klay Thompson, Paul Pierce, Tyrus Thomas, Trissa Thompson, Brandon Jennings coming off the bench still. Nets didn't exactly replace KG with anybody substantial, so we'll see how much that impacts them throughout the season. As we see three-pointer by Dwayne Wade, making it 3-0 early on. Klay Thompson fires back with his own three. Klay is still crushing it for the Nets, as you would expect. I say still, but he is entering his prime, or is in his prime. Trissa Thompson with a dunk, 5-3. And the Bulls, a lot of pressure on the Bulls. Didn't make the playoffs last season. Greg Oden with the bucket here. Didn't make the playoffs, and if they don't make the playoffs again with Dwayne Wade, I can't imagine he'll want to stick around for much longer in Chicago. So that's something to monitor as we move along in the season. Ricky Rubio making a 3, making it 11-7. Bulls up ahead. And how about a steal and a Dwayne Wade layup to make it 13-7 early on, and we might already be out of this one too. Just showing a taste of some of these teams, or in the case of the Nets, hardly any highlights. But we're trying to keep the ball rolling. Keep it rolling. The Pacers, Tony Parker, Kyle Korver, Kawhi Leonard, Paul Millsap, Al Horford, Xavier Henry, Kendrick Perkins, Corey Joseph, Tayshaun Prince, Will Bynum. And the Pacers will be facing the Thunder, Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, Carlos Boozer, Bargnani, Reggie Jackson. The Thunder could be quite good with Kyle Lowry coming in. So, be very curious to see how that works. You know, as this game goes on, I was trying to make a concerted effort to make the West a bit stronger because I felt like the West was a bit weak with the Lakers and Clippers being head and shoulders above everybody else. So Kyle Lowry is now in the Thunder, as we see Lowry making an impactful play right there, a steal and a dunk. So Lowry's on the Thunder, DeMar DeRozan is on the Warriors, so stuff like that. Sorting that stuff out, kind of picking apart the Pistons, because the Pistons weren't that exciting with DeRozan and Kyle Lowry and Chris Bosh. So we picked that team apart and put some of those players in the West. Sonics get Baron Davis, Jeremy Lamb, Douglas Roberts, Tim Duncan, Miles Turner, Aaron Gordon, Spencer Dinwiddie. We'll see if this team can be a little fun this year. Patrick Beverley, Brendan Roy of the Cavaliers with LeBron James, and Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh is now on the Cavaliers. He's going to be partnering up with LeBron James. Like I said, the Pistons, it just wasn't working. It wasn't exciting, and they were winning less and less games each year. So I decided to pair up Chris Bosh. Hopefully he can help the Cavaliers get back into championship contention. They lost in the second round 2 years in a row, which is kind of embarrassing. So it's 5-4 now, though. Watching a little bit of this. Baron Davis for Seattle making a 3. Baron Davis definitely got to be near the end of his career, as you see almost a steal right there. And then a 3-pointer for the Sonics, 10-7. Tim Duncan, the turnaround basket. So he's still doing that. It's still nice to see. Now here's the baseline jumper. Missed. Rebound bucket by Emeka Okafor, who the center of a pretty loaded Cavs team. We'll see just, how much damage they can do on the court. But 17 and 10 for LeBron in that game. Ish Smith, Ronnie Stuckey, PJ Tucker, Serge Ibaka, Nerlens Noel, Kenneth Faried, Justin Holiday. You see Delonte West there. I shut down Delonte West. And this is going to be something I'll be doing over the course of these next couple of seasons. Shutting down some of these guys who really don't have any business still being in the league, still being as impactful. Jeff Teague, Vlad, Victor Oladipo, Jared Wallace, Mbamute, Hassan Whiteside, D'Angelo Russell is going to be coming off the bench. So Hornets got some interesting players. Eventually, I see D'Angelo and Oladipo being in the backcourt, but for now, they still got Jeff Teague to deal with. They still got to figure his situation out. But yeah, Ish Smith is now the starting point guard, at least for now, for the Wizards. You see Serge Ibaka make a basket there for Washington, then a basket there for Charlotte. But yeah, Delonte West, he was a 95 overall, and Washington, the Wizards just weren't. He wasn't very impactful. He was a very unimpactful 95 overall for the Wizards. And I just felt like it was time to move on. And so that's what we did. I see a dunk there for the Wizards, a 3 for the Hornets, and that's a little taste of Charlotte and Washington, two teams I'm not quite sure if we'll be seeing all that much of. But the Hornets can definitely be more interesting as Oladipo and Russell and D'Angelo Russell develop. Isaiah Thomas, Vince Carter, Andrew Wiggins, DeJuan Blair, Vukovic, Harkless, Johnny Flynn, Clint Capella, and etc. Dennis Schroeder, Devin Booker, Martell Webster, Derek Favors, and Michael Beasley, Alec Burks, Kirk Heinrich, Dario Saric of the Hawks. So you got Booker on the Hawks, and you got Isaiah Thomas on the Blazers. About a dunk by Vince Carter. A missed shot there, but Nene with the putback. You got Devin Booker passing it to, I think that's Nene, making the basket there. And now we have Andrew Wiggins in the post, making that shot over, I believe that's Dennis Schroeder. And here's Isaiah Thomas with a 3. Right, that was Isaiah. Was that Isaiah, or was that? I think that was. Or was that Vince Carter? They both have headbands, and Isaiah Thomas is much smaller, but I just couldn't quite tell who it was at that exact moment. Oh well. That looks like Schroeder. He misses a tip in there for the Hawks. It's kind of hard to see who's who. That's Devin Booker for sure, but he misses the corner 3. Schroeder with the 3 for the Hawks. Yeah, the Hawks got some interesting young guys. The Blazers are figuring things out. We'll see how it all shakes out in the next couple of seasons for both teams. But for now, Booker, the rookie, trying to make something happen over there in Atlanta. You see, that's the Nuggets: Lawson, Ellis, Derek Williams, Ilyasova, Bynum, Bogdanovich. Then on the freaking Pelicans, Kemba Walker, Drew Holiday, Wilson Chandler, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez. I'm trying to slowly but surely have the Pelicans mirror the real-life Milwaukee Bucks of the last couple of years, and the reason is because the Pelicans, formerly known as the Hornets, as you see a 3 there by Drew Holiday, they've sucked for a long time. Kemba Walker also making a 3. They've really sucked. Pelicans have not been good for a very long time in this sim. I think they've had one playoff appearance when Dwayne Wade was there when they were called the New Orleans Hornets. And so in situations like that, when I see a path to resemble a real-life team in the hopes that they'll achieve success, I like to go on that path. So I'm hoping that the more closely they resemble the Bucks that we know, right, Brook Lopez, Giannis, Drew Holiday, or at least the championship Bucks from 2021. I'm hoping that helps the Pelicans become a playoff caliber team down the road, right? So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Maybe even a championship caliber team. Here's the Heat: Kyle Irving, Cephalosha, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Valanciunas, Vujic, Michael Kidd, Gilchrist, Jordan Clarkson, Timothy Mozgov, Ryan Anderson. Some nice role players all around. And you got Terry Rozier down here. Let's see what we'll do with him. Mike Conley, Joe Johnson, Paul George, Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol. So yes, Joe Johnson is now on the Grizzlies. Derrick Rose now on the Knicks. And the Nuggets got, they got what they got. So that's kind of where we're at. I think the Nuggets got a lot of picks in that whole situation. But the Grizzlies should be, noticeably better with Joe Johnson as their 2 guard. He is getting a bit old, but still very effective. Meanwhile, the Knicks secure their point guard of the future with Derrick Rose. So good deal all around, I think. But we have Anthony Davis making a bucket for the Heat, and Kyrie Irving with the alley-oop to Kevin Durant, making it 6-2. Joe Johnson passing it to Marcus Gasol for the basket. That's something that Joe Johnson can bring to the Grizzlies. Here's a layup by Valanciunas. And now we have Zebo with the dunk. The layup, I mean. And Paul George passing it to Mike Conley. The screen by George. The long two is good. 10-10 tie. Mike Conley getting past Kyrie for the layup. And now here is Anthony Davis with the jumper, tying the game. I don't know if this game ends up being close at the end. It does. But we got, yeah, sorry. 117-108, Grizzlies win. They beat the Heat. I'm just trying to get past this opening weekend episode. Okay, the Rockets, Jamal Tinsley, Len Stevenson, Andrew Kirilenko, Chris Wilcox, Al Jefferson, Jermaine O'Neal, Elfrid Payton. We're not going to be watching the Rockets in this video. I don't know if we're going to be watching them at all this season. They're just kind of, they're going through some changes. They're going through stuff. Eric Bledsoe, KCP, Lil Deng, Draymond Green, Roy Hibbert, Corey Maggette of the Sacramento Kings. They are a team that we will see probably a couple times this season. They're definitely an intriguing team. They're facing the Warriors, 2-2 tie at this point. We already saw the Warriors in a game earlier in this video, but here they are again, as you see a corner three there for the Warriors, 7-4. How about an alley-oop to Kevin Garnett? Roy Hibbert missing a basket. Nikola Jokic with the rebound. And now here is Bradley Beal for the layup, 11-4. DeMar DeRozan to Jokic. He misses, then dunks the ball. The Warriors are another team that, you know, as Jokic ascends to becoming one of the best centers in the league, they could be very dangerous, especially if DeRozan sticks around and, you know, Bradley Beal. We'll see what happens with Rondo. The Pistons, Jeremy Lin, Courtney Lee, Mike Miller, Josh Smith, Channing Frye, Devin Harris, Matt Barnes, Bogdan Bogdanovic. Not really expecting much out of the Pistons this season, but I'm hoping they can, you know, be at least fun to watch in this video. Darren Collison, Deshaun Stevenson, Rudy Gay, Thaddeus Young, Rudy Gobert, Angelica, Trace McGrady, still around. T-Mac, likely his last season, perhaps, maybe. We'll see. But here is, they are facing the Wolves, sorry. Here we're seeing a dunk by Kristaps Porzingis, who is definitely showing that he's got the goods for the Wolves. But let's see if we see any Mavericks highlights. We might not. We might see Andre Drummond make a basket for the Wolves. And then a three there for the Wolves. Ben Gordon, I think. And then there's a layup, though. Layup by the Mavericks. Jameer Nelson for the three, making it 12-8. And that's about all. I'm sorry. I don't know. That's that. I don't know. These opening weekend videos, I should stop doing this. I don't know. I think I'm past it. Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton, Elton Brand to beat Steven Adams, Markieff Morris, Dante Exum, etc. You know, I don't think it's the opening weekend thing. I think it's the fact that it's 12:38 a.m. and I'm recording this. James Harden, J.R. Smith, Trevor Ariza, Boris Diaw. You might be asking why I'm doing. I have no choice. I have to do it now. If I don't do it now, I can't do it for like 5 more days. So that's kind of where I'm at. Either I record now, or I wait 5 days to do it. You know, so it's kind of shitty. 2-2 tie though to beat with the basket there. I think this is the last video of this I think this is the last game of the video. Dame with a basket here. I'm hoping that the Magic can start to get it together. The Magic, the Pelicans, and the Warriors are three teams I'm really looking at as teams that could be really fun as we get late into the 2010s with some of the players that they have in their roster. So it's going to take a while for it to really come together. Like Julius Randle is on the Magic, but he's not quite ready yet. I mean, he probably could get more minutes than what he's getting, but as the 2010s turn into the 2020s, I expect those teams that I just mentioned to be really quite interesting. I'm hoping the Magic can really have a nice run of playoff appearances, maybe some deep playoff runs, you know, with Dame Lillard at the helm. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with them. The Raptors look like they could be fun this year as well. So a lot of fun teams. It's going to be a fun season. For sure. Hopefully I can record the next episode at an earlier time. Thank you very much for watching, though. Like, subscribe. Check you out next time.